It's not as though, at least I don't think you're moving him out there as a permanent move. It's because you have a need. But when a guy's doing that, how big of a factor is just having good baseball instincts and being able to make that adjustment quickly?
How many times we talk and you hear me say he's a baseball player? I think Matt is a baseball player. I think he'll be fine. Is he a polished center fielder? No, but he's athletic, plenty athletic enough, and he's got good baseball skills. We did this with Ahmed Rosario in spring training back a few years when I was in Cleveland. And I told him before the game, I said, Ahmed, if you make an error, it's on me. Well, he dropped the first 2 fly balls in the first inning. And then the one he caught, he threw it into their dugout. And after he came out of the game, I said, hey, man, I said 1, not 3. But I think Matt is situated better than that. I think he'll be fine.
Is there any way something like this can almost serve as a distraction where all of a sudden you're thinking more about defense and doing something you haven't done, getting you out of your comfort zone, and you forget about maybe what you've done at the plate, and it can almost open you up a little bit?
Yep, a lot. I completely agree with that. I believe in that a lot. I don't believe in things like pulling a lineup out of the hat, things like that. But I do believe that when sometimes like a guy, like he's got some adrenaline today. It's July 1st. Guys are starting to get a little beat up. He's going to be excited to be out there.
And with that, is there any messaging that you talked about, don't be afraid necessarily to make a mistake, but hey, watch out for the wall or something like that you have to kind of caution, don't try to do too much type of message?
Now, CC has done a really good job even just the last couple days, and I've watched, and I think, again, to expect him to be a polished center fielder is not fair. I think he's going to be just fine, though.
Andrew Abbott goes against this lineup. It seems like they can kind of come at you regardless of whether you got a righty or a lefty on the mound. How difficult is that for a pitching staff to kind of plan against these guys?
They present a lot of problems. I got asked last night, do they have our number? I don't believe in those types of things. I do think they're very difficult to play against. They challenge you in a number of ways, and it shows.
That's Reds manager Terry Francona. The Reds and Brewers play Game 3 of a 4-game series coming up shortly. It has more of the pregame show next on the Reds Radio Network.
In Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Austin Slater swings and misses at a slurve that hit him, and he is down on strikes. That's marginally embarrassing.
He's going to make sure the hair is in decent shape. Now move the rally cap to the other side of the head.
Oh, look out. Big fella lost to Shillelagh on that pass.
We got a ferry boat upside down, the Collector Cup. Raised in the barn for all of us.
Hot shot. The ball bounced off his glove, and he starts, oh my, wow.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant, kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time for the great mascot race. Ready, set, go. And they're on. They're neck and neck. Look at them go, folks. The crowd loves it. Down the home stretch. It's too close to call. Here's the play at the plate. It's southpaw. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Fly ball in foul territory. Mike Felder was there, but could not hold on to the ball. Like he had it.
There's the ball there, and then that ball comes out of somebody's glove in the stands.
See, he thought the ball at his feet
was the ball in play.
Was the ball in play? He did, and he slapped his own glove, thinking he had missed the catch when in essence he had it.
That is weird. That is a very weird play, and I don't ever want to see it again.
On concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans can enjoy select $3 beers, $2 Bar S hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. This grand slam of a deal includes something for everyone. Get your tickets for Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays at Reds.com/Tuesday.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on. Sunsets, potholes, trash trucks in your way when you're running late. And of course, AAA's never-ending reliable roadside assistance. Because for over 100 years, we're always close and we never close. From tows, jumps, or just smoothing out those bumps in the road, we provide 24/7 service so you can have 24/7 peace of mind. AAA, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Be better prepared for life's curveballs.
Hot dogs! Get your Bar S hot dogs here! Fresh off the grill, mustard, ketchup, relish. Don't let your day go dogless.
Nothing goes with baseball like a hot dog. And nothing goes on your bun like Bar S. America's #1 selling hot dog. And the official 3-2-1 hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds.
Looking for a unique space to host your next private event? Great American Ballpark is the perfect venue that is open year-round. With over 15 distinct spaces offering a wide range of aesthetics and layouts, we're sure to have a space for any occasion. We specialize in meetings, conferences, trade shows, galas, holiday parties, weddings, and more. Take your event to the next level and add one of our special event enhancements, including on-field batting practice, batting cages, speed pitch, tours, and more. For information, visit Reds.com/events.
It is just about time for baseball in Milwaukee. Back to American Family Field we go now with all the play-by-play of the Reds and Brewers. Here's Tommy Thrall.
All right, thanks a lot, Yed. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Clear skies once again overhead and a bit muggy. It's the Reds and Brewers. It's game 3 of 4, and here's tonight's starting lineups presented by St. Elizabeth Healthcare and the Young Family Cancer Center, a regional leader in cancer care. Start your cancer game plan today at stelizabeth.com/Reds. And we begin with Terry Francona's visiting Reds. Leading off and playing short, Ellie De La Cruz. Hitting second, the third baseman, Sal Stewart. Batting third at first base, Spencer Steer. Eugenio Suarez will DH and bat fourth. Hitting fifth, the catcher Tyler Stevenson. Noelvi Marte plays right field and hits sixth. Batting seventh, the left fielder Ivan Johnson. Matt McClain plays center field and hits eighth. And batting ninth, the second baseman Edwin Arroyo. Andrew Abbott starting on the mound for the Reds. Now for Pat Murphy's Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers come in 52-31 on the year. They lead off with the left fielder Jackson Chourio. Bryce Terang plays second, hits second. Batting third, the designated hitter William Contreras. Jake Bowers will play right, hit fourth. Batting fifth, the first baseman Andrew Vaughn. Garrett Mitchell's in center field, hitting sixth. The catcher Gary Sanchez bats seventh. Hitting eighth, the shortstop Cooper Pratt, and Joey Ortiz is at third base, hitting ninth. Shane Drowan starting on the mound for the Brewers. Here's your umpires tonight. At home plate, Brock Ballou. Dan Merzel's at first base. Dan Bellino is the crew chief at second, and Mark Ripperger at third base. Pleased as always to be joined by Chris Welsh. I'm Tommy Thrall. But Chris, you look at this matchup, the Reds got to find a way. We keep saying it over and over again to beat this Brewers team. The Brewers showed part of what makes them so tough. The Reds have already seen again this starter, the lefty Shane Drowan. They knocked him out of the game early when they faced him a week ago. See if they can have more success tonight. First ball swinging, Ellie De La Cruz, 0-1 on Ellie.
You know, Tommy, the Reds really don't have a problem scoring early,
right,
but they do have a problem keeping the lead.
Right.
And that's the key, I think, tonight again.
0-1 the count on Ellie De La Cruz. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's just off the inside corner. So the count is even now on De La Cruz at 1 ball and 1 strike. First pitch at 7:10, presented by Cincinnati Children, changing the outcome together. Ellie watches the 1-1 in for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes on a breaking ball that drops across at the knees, and it's 1-2. Drowan, the left-hander, into his wind. The 1-2 pitch. Ellie swings and misses a good breaking ball. Strikes out Ellie to begin the ball game tonight.
You know, I think it's very interesting that the Reds and the Brewers tonight are running out left-handers that are very similar, except of one thing. Andrew Abbott likes to throw the high fastball, and Drowan likes to throw the ball down around the knees.
Nobody on, 1 man out. Here's Sal Stewart. Sal hitting .257, 6 home runs, 59 driven in, and he doesn't waste any time. Rips the first pitch he sees and laces it into left field for a base hit. So Sal, who has been red hot lately, stays red hot. He's hit safely now in 7 straight. Not waiting around for anything, jumping on the first pitch he sees. And
you know, it's always dangerous for a pitcher to try to throw that get-ahead fastball, especially to a guy as aggressive as Sal Stewart.
So he's aboard with 1 out, and now Spencer Steer makes his way to the plate. The left-hander Drowan readies. Eyeballs Stewart at first, and now here he comes, the first pitch to Steer, and it's a breaking ball in for strike, 0-1. Drowan is making his 7th start of the year. He did not start the year in the rotation. He is 3-2, and his ERA is 3.12. Big hole on the right side. The first baseman Vaughn holds the runner, and the 0-1. And Steer takes a little bit up on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 52 strikeouts, 17 walks for Shane Drowan this year. His last time out, interesting in that start against the Reds, because you look at it on the surface, you think, well, he must have thrown the ball pretty well. He didn't last long, and he threw a lot of pitches. The pitch is swung on and fouled back by Steer. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count now on Spencer Steer.
You know, I have not seen a lot of Shane Drowan, but I can tell you, just in facing the first 3 batters, he's got a beautiful delivery. Very repeatable, and all of his pitches come out of the same arm slot.
And the funny thing is, when he came over from the Red Sox, that's one of the things the Brewers had to clean up. He was injury-plagued before he got here. The 1-2 pitch now to Spencer Steer. Breaking ball off the outside corner.
Well, that just happens to be one of the areas where the Brewers specialize.
Boy, do they ever. Injury-plagued 2024 season, then missed 2 months last year with forearm inflammation, and there were a lot of folks that kind of thought, well, maybe this is it for Shane Drowan. Kind of an afterthought when he came over as part of the trade from the Red Sox, and now he's turning into a key piece for this Milwaukee team. Soft broken bat roller to third. Charging Ortiz goes to second to get the lead runner, Stewart. They make it close on the turn to first, but Steer beat it out. The fact that they were even able to think about trying to get a double play on that ball kind of speaks volumes of the Brewers' defense. Slow broken bat roller off the handle of Steer's bat, and they still get Stewart at second base. 5-4 on the put out there. And now Eugenio Suarez standing in with a runner at first base, but now 2 outs. Suarez hitting .205, 8 home runs, 29 driven in. He had a hit against Drowan when the Reds faced him in Cincinnati last week. The pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike, and in fact Suarez's hit went for a double. Steer on at first. Boy, the Reds would love a 2-out double right here. In fact, there's a little bit of a broken bat left from Steer's swing in the batter's box. So the plate umpire, Brock Ballou, goes out, gets it.
Pitchers love that. They leave toothpicks all over the batter's box.
You got a piece of beef jerky stuck in your tooth. There you go. This will get it out. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Eugenio Suarez. Bouncing ball down the line at third. Backhanded by Ortiz. He elects to go the short way with a 1-hop throw to Terang, who backhands it in time to get the out. And the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the first. It's the Reds 0 and the Brewers coming up.
2 up and 2 down. Here's Matt Olson. Olson swings and clubs one. High in the air to deep center field. Streaking way back to the wall and off the wall. That's a home run above the yellow line. Matt Olson gets us going with a homer to the deepest part of the yard. What a shot. way up in the air to straightaway center, and it's 1-0 Braves.
It's got to feel good for Matt Olson getting that goose egg out of his home run column, and there was no question that one was leaving the yard. That was absolutely crushed.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Create great dishes together.
Kick off your 4th of July weekend in Cincy. Enjoy Ohio River fireworks, family fun, and baseball with the Cincinnati Reds. Make it an affordable summer road trip with deals and adventures across Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Plan your Reds, white, and blue getaway at visitcincy.com.
The Brewers come to bat against Andrew Abbott and the Reds here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, Chris, you look at what Andrew Abbott's been able to do now since the rough start to the season. He has certainly turned the corner, and, well, he's back to being Andrew Abbott.
Well, I think that Andrew's taken a lot of hard work to get that done, and I think you change your arm angle a little bit like Andrew Abbott did, and it kind of rounds your whole pitching repertoire together. And his slider now, or his breaking ball, if you want to call it a sweeper curveball, is way more important than it was early in the year. But that changeup has really been the key for him.
He's ready to go now against Jackson Chourio. First pitch on the way to Chourio, and it's off the outside corner. 4-1. Chourio 2 for 4 last night. Got off to a tough start in that game. He struck out his first 2 times up. But then after that, he homered, walked, drove home 2, had a base hit. Turned into a good game for him, the 1-0. And Chourio watches a fastball hit the outside corner for a called strike. Muggy night tonight here in Milwaukee. Our Tempstar game time temperature again 91 degrees. Get complete home comfort with the Tempstar heating and cooling system. Find your local Tempstar dealer at Tempstar.com. Abbott spins a breaking ball that dives low on the inside corner, and he's behind Chourio, 2 balls and a strike. Chourio not happy to see the month of June come to an end. The 2-1 pitch. Chourio swings, hits it high into the air, foul down the right field line. That'll twist into the seats, and it's out of play.
You know, I think that there's a paradox that follows Andrew Abbott around, and I think that it is this, Tommy, that he is known as a fastball pitcher, but this year, right now, his changeup and his breaking ball are more important than the fastball.
There he comes with the 2-2 pitch to Jackson Chourio. And it's in the dirt. All right, so that begs the question. If the breaking ball and the changeup are a better pitch for him this year, does that in turn make his fastball better?
Yeah, I think it does, because he doesn't have to overuse it like he used to. He used to throw one after another and really have to shave the corner.
Payoff pitch on the way, and Chourio takes strike 3 call. No, ball 4 low. Boy, it looked like a good pitch from where we sit, but just a little low, and it was down, and Chourio's aboard with a leadoff walk here in the first.
Yeah, the one little nick in his armor, I think, for Abbott is the fact that he is still walking 4 batters per 9 innings. That's at least 1.5 batters too many.
Now Bryce Terang up there with a runner at first base and nobody out after the leadoff walk here in the first. Abbott sets ready. Now he brings it home, and the pitch to Terang is swung on, lifted high into the air down the left field line. Long run for Ivan Johnson, but he's out of room. That's into the seats. Terang 259, 12 home runs, 48 RBIs. It's been an 11-game stretch now for Andrew Abbott where he's throwing the ball really well. It goes back to the end of April against Colorado. He has pitched to a 2.64 ERA over his last 11. Abbott ready at the belt. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's in the dirt. And we've talked a lot about how the Reds are wanting to get more mileage out of their starters. You talked about the walks of Andrew Abbott. You want to get more mileage out of a starter? They've got to limit the walks. If Abbott can be more in the strike zone and induce early weak contact, hopefully not for hits like they had the 4th inning last night, maybe he can go a little deeper into this game. 1 ball, 1 strike on Terang. Abbott's home with a 1-1. And a breaking ball just missed off the outside corner. Terang able to lay off. Left-hander against left-hander. Terang is one of 2 left-handers in the lineup against Abbott today. Actually 3. Bowers also in there along with Garrett Mitchell. Abbott readies at the belt. Now he's home with a 2-1 pitch, and it's a line drive past the second baseman, Edwin Arroyo. That's into right center field, rolling all the way near the track, cut off before it gets to the track by Marte. Whirls it back into Ellie and around to third. Churio on the double to the right center field gap by Bryce Terang. For Terang, that is his 17th 2-base hit of the year.
You know, when you walk the first batter of the ball game, it puts you back on your heels a little bit. You think about, all right, you know, all the things that can go wrong. You try to get that out of your head, and you attack the hitter. You leave one up in the zone. That's where Terang likes it against lefties, and he got a good piece of wood on it.
Second and third now. Nobody out for the Brewers here in the early going.
Yeah, now you're in damage control. You got a runner at third base. You really don't worry about him, but you do not want the guy on second to score.
William Contreras, a wave and a miss at a first pitch curveball. Strike 1 on Contreras.
You know, the other problem with walking the leadoff hitter and then follow-up base hit is that now all of a sudden you're going to use every pitch in your arsenal in the first inning.
The 0-1. Swing and a weak tapper by the mound. Arroyo charges. The only play is going to be to first. They get the out on Contreras. The Brewers get a run as Churio scores from third. 2-3 Terang, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee. Well, their manager, Pat Murphy, had some rather stern words for his team a couple of days ago before the start of this series with regard to their struggles with runners in scoring position, and it seems as though the Brewer message has been heard. Swung on and popped foul off to the left side out of play. He seemed to not mince his words based on the reports we've had about how Murphy's message went in the hitters meeting before game 1.
Well, they did a pretty good job in the 4th inning last night against Rhett Lauder. 5 base hits in a row, 6 singles overall.
Big swing and a miss there by Bowers, and he's down to the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Bowers is trying to hit the ball to left field, but Andrew Abbott can change speeds on that breaking ball just a little bit and get Bowers out in front.
Abbott readies at the belt. The left-hander's home with the 0-2 pitch, and it's in the dirt outside. Good block by Stevenson.
I do believe, watching last night, though, with Lauder, that even though a lot of those base hits were just little bloops and kind of lucky hits, quote unquote, the Brewers still look very comfortable in the batter's box. You got to stand them up every once in a while, get them off the plate, and then you go outside. They're not going to be as willing to hit the ball the other way.
1-2 pitch, again swung on and fouled back.
I mean, that old philosophy of pitching where you knock them down and hook them, that still works.
Infield in all the way around. Runner at third with 1 man out. 1-0 Milwaukee early. The Reds scored first in each of the first 2 games of this series. The 1-2 up and in. Well, there you go, right there. Leaned him back out of the way. Bauer backpedals out of the box after smelling one whistle by his lips.
I bet you a dime a hook's coming.
Be a good time for it, wouldn't it? Sometimes even when you don't do that on purpose, you can still use it to your advantage. 2-2. It is a hook, and it is ripped foul, hooked into the seats down the right field line.
I think Bowers knew the same thing, but you can't throw it on the inner part of the plate. You've got to throw it away, not where that hitter is bailing out a little bit.
Yeah, you look at where that pitch was thrown, it was right down the middle. Abbott to the plate, the 2-2. Came in on his knuckles that time with a fastball, and it's fouled away. Runner at third, 1 out. Brewers have a run home. Another good-looking crowd here in Milwaukee tonight. The pitch. And the 2-2 skied in the air to left. Ivan Johnson is back. Should be deep enough. Catch made. Runner at third tags. Here comes Sarang to the plate. He will score. And it's 2-0 Milwaukee. So a sac fly for Bowers gets the job done. And when the Brewers are playing Brewers baseball, they don't waste run scoring opportunities. And they have cashed in on the 2 men in scoring position tonight.
That was really a matchup where Andrew Abbott needed a strikeout from Bowers and was unable to deliver that breaking ball where he needed to.
With 2 outs, the batter is Andrew Vaughn. Abbott to Vaughn, and the pitch is low and inside. A breaking ball that missed. You look at this Milwaukee team. We talked about it last night. It remains true tonight. And will remain true for as long as they're on this run that they're on. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and this run means that they have been the National League Central Division champs in 4 of the last 5 years. But what that is they just do the little things almost automatically. Breaking ball down and in. 2 balls and a strike on Andrew Vaughn, and so much that it gets to be kind of a pain. 2 balls, a strike on Vaughn. Abbott at the plate. And the pitch is low. Boy, Vaughn has been certainly a godsend for this team. Vaughn crushing left-handed pitching. Best hitter against left-handers in baseball. And the pitch to Vaughn is low and outside for ball. So he walked him. Second walk of the inning issued by Andrew Abbott. Now Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell comes to the plate with a runner at first base and 2 outs. Mitchell hitting .251. 6 home runs, 38 RBIs, and he hits a bleeder through the left side of the infield. Not waiting around, he swung at the first pitch, left on left, and more opposite field hitting for the Brewers with somebody on base. And that was one of the things that was stressed in that hitters meeting. Hitting behind runners. So Mitchell does it here.
You know, some people that watch baseball nowadays feel like when a hitter hits it the other way, it's actually a mistake. But I don't believe that, because when I see a guy like Mitchell on that last swing, he was clearly waiting on a breaking ball from Andrew Abbott, and he got a fastball. But because he was waiting, he was able to take that ball the other way. Not every hitter in baseball is trying to lift the ball, pull the ball, and hit it out of the ballpark.
Goes back to what, again, we've talked about in this series. You don't see Milwaukee overswing hardly ever. Gary Sanchez at the plate. First pitch to Sanchez is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, their strategy is more make the pitcher pitch with traffic on the bases, not hit single and solo home runs.
They're a tough team to go deep against because, and by deep I mean pitch was challenged. It turns out to be a ball. By that I mean go deep into a game if you're a starting pitcher, because they are going to see a lot of pitches and they're going to nickel and dime you. The 1-0. Swung on, popped into the air by Sanchez down the right field line. That's foul into the seats.
Kind of funny how going deep has 2 meanings, and they're both good. If you're a pitcher, going deep in the game is good, and if you're a hitter, going deep over the yard, over the fence is also good.
That's a good point. 1-1 on Sanchez. There comes. And Sanchez swings, skies it high into the air for McLean in center. He's waiting on it to come down. It does, right in his glove. Inning over. Damage done. The Brewers get 2 in the first. We go to the second inning. It's Milwaukee 2, Reds 0 on the Reds Radio Network.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon Winds up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, "You see that?" I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Nothing in favor of the Brewers as we play in the 2nd inning here at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Before the Reds come to bat, let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thraw. Great to be with you here in Milwaukee in the 3rd game of this 4-game series. Reds trying to figure out a way to beat the Brew Crew. Tyler Stevenson leads it off. Stevenson hitting .225, 6 home runs and 24 driven in. The left-hander Drowan goes to work now against Tyler Stevenson. And the first pitch to him is a fastball that sails off the outside corner for ball 1, 1-0.
You know, I think one of the Reds' strategies tonight against Drowan is to just not be free swingers up there. This guy makes you chase those little nibblers on the outside corner, goes a little bit below the zone. This is a good matchup for Stevenson because he's probably got among the best plate discipline of any of the Reds hitters.
Fastball misses down and in. It's a 2-ball, no strike count on Stevenson. Drowan, the left-hander, into his windup, fires at home, and it's a strike. Right down the heart of the plate, 2-1 now on Tyler Stevenson. Now is 2-1, and Stevenson backs out of the way. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike count on Stevenson. Stevenson's been hitting better. His last 9, he's hitting .345, a home run, 5 RBIs, couple of doubles. He swings here and hits it sharply on the ground past the shortstop into left center, a base hit. So Stevenson, just as I was talking about it, swinging a hot bat, has a base hit, his first at bat tonight, leading off the 2nd inning with a single.
You know, but I also think the key to that at bat was him not chasing marginal pitches early in the count.
Right on there.
Now, Marte is exactly the opposite of Stevenson. Right now, at his stage in his career, very much of a free swinger.
The left-hander goes to work against Marte, and the fastball misses up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Drowan gets the sign and goes to work. A 1-0 pitch. And Marte swings, hooks it down the line, a laser. Is it fair? It is, and it's off the foul pole. A 2-run home run for Noelvi Marte, and the Reds have evened it up at 2. Just a missile right down the line and left. Ended up hitting it right off the foul pole in the corner. For Marte, that's his 5th home run of the year. RBIs 7 and 8.
His last home run is very similar to that, a line drive in Pittsburgh that barely cleared the fence, but boy, it just jumped off his bat.
Nothing wrong with home runs like that. I actually thought it hit off the foul pole. It hit just inside the foul pole, off the sign set back from the left field wall. Ivan Johnson, a wave and a miss. First pitch, strike 1. Johnson beaming today to be in the big leagues. Just thrilled to be up here and get a chance. The pitch, Johnson takes a strike. Now he's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Got his first major league at bat in his debut yesterday. Struck out, but now he's got that out of the way. He wants to settle in, help this team any way he can. 0-2 the count on Ivan Johnson. The pitch to him, breaking ball, and he pops it into the air. Behind the shortstop, Cooper Pratt backing up, waiting on it. He'll make the catch. That's the first out of the second. Brings up Matt McLean. McLean getting his first start in center field. Played quite a bit of center field actually in college. Pitch. And McLean takes down too low for ball one. 1-0 to count on Matt McLean. The left-hander's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. So it's not completely foreign to him. Actually was teammates and outfield companions with Garrett Mitchell. Swing and a miss. 1-2 strikes. Mitchell playing center field for the Brewers tonight. They were playing side by side in the same outfield at UCLA. 1-2 strikes on McLean. Nobody on, 1 out, 2 in. 2-2 our score in the second inning, and Drowan brings it home, and a swing and a miss. McLean right over the top of the changeup. He's down on strikes. So after the home run, a pop out to short, now a strikeout. Here's Edwin Arroyo. Arroyo looks like he's starting to settle into the big leagues. 6 for his last 15 over a 5-game stretch. No homers, still looking for that first big league home run. Up too high for ball one to Edwin Arroyo, but he's another one that fits into the category that you were talking about earlier. Just don't expand the strike zone against this guy. Drowan's 1-0 pitch. He expanded it there. Chased a breaking ball down and in. He came up empty, and the count is even. 1-1 strike.
I do believe that Edwin Arroyo's first home run will come sooner if he would stop swinging for one.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Almost fell over, taking a huge cut of the fastball away there, and it's 1-2 strikes.
You know, leave that for somebody Noelvi Marte's size.
1-2 the count on Arroyo. Base is empty, 2 outs. The Reds do have a couple in on the Marte home run. The 1-2 pitch, and Arroyo swings, tips it foul. The catcher holds on to strike 3. Inning over. Reds come up empty, the Reds go in order after the 2-run home run by Noelvi Marte. But a single and a home run has tied this game at 2. We head to the bottom of the second inning here in Milwaukee on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans.
2 balls and a strike to Abreu. Pitch is skied into right field. This thing is cranked. It is back at the warning track. It is at the wall. It is out of here. You gotta feel, and it pays off. Wellier says adios, and the Red Sox lead it 3-1.
4-seam fastball down and in. Might have even been a ball off the plate, and he just scooped it out of here. 443 feet into the Red Sox bullpen.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central, with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
tied at 2. Brewers got 2 in the bottom of the first. The Reds getting a pair in the top of the second on a 2-run homer by Noelvi Marte. And now it's 8-9-1 for the Brewers in the second. Cooper Pratt to lead things off. Joey Ortiz, and then back to the top of Jackson Chourio. Abbott walked 2 in the 2-run Brewer first. One of those walks came around to score. See if he can limit the walks moving forward now. Pratt 0 for 2 on Monday. Didn't play last night. Pratt takes a look at the strike, and it's 0-1. Rookie's done a nice job since coming up with the big leagues. 8 for 38, 211 average. Got off to a fast start. The 0-1 pitch has cooled off a little bit since. Weak ground ball toward third. Into field at Stewart. Throws on the run. High throw. Big stretch by Steer. Grabs it. Keeps his toe on the bag. And they get the out on Cooper Pratt to begin the Brewers' second inning. Boy, and that's where you really see the value of having Spencer Steer at first base. Nice job by Steer on that stretch.
You know, Steer might not be able to stretch as long as a guy that is taller than him, but he's got great footwork around the bag, and he shifts his feet on the bag. If the throw is to the backside, his landing foot is all the way on that bag. His anchor foot is all the way on the back of the bag.
Joey Ortiz takes ball 1 outside. The count is 1-0.
You can gain yourself an extra foot or so by doing that.
Use the bag to your advantage. It's bigger now. 1-0 on Ortiz. And the pitch, breaking ball, dives into the dirt inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
8-9-1 in the order. Really a good opportunity here for Andrew Abbott to have a nice, easy inning.
Behind the count, though, against the number 9 hitter and Monday's hero, Joey Ortiz, who homered to straightaway center to put the Brewers on top and proved to be the game winner. Foul back. 2-1 now on Joey Ortiz.
And what did he get? He got a low breaking ball right in the center of the zone, but down around the knees. So that's a spot that obviously he likes.
2 balls, 1 strike on Ortiz. Abbott into his windup and the 2-1 pitch. And he swings here, drives it toward right center, slicing away from McLean on the run. He will reach up and make the catch, only a couple steps shy of the wall. Goes jumping, bouncing off the wall for out number 2. Nice job by McLean.
So what does Terry Francona like to describe McLean in center field? He's got a nose for the baseball.
Nice play right there. That's the first challenging play that McLean has had, and he was up to the task. Made it flawlessly. Back to the top now, Jackson Chourio. Breaking ball hangs high. The count is 1-0 on Chourio.
I guess that's better than having a nose like a baseball.
You've known a few of those over the years. The 1-0 to Chourio. Strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Chourio walked and scored. Last inning, led off the game with a base on balls. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here he comes. Abbott to Chourio. Swinging and a miss. Tied him up. Chourio's had all kinds of success against Andrew Abbott already. And maybe that's part of the reason Abbott was so careful with him when he was batting for the first time. Chourio's taken him deep twice. He's 3 for 7 against him. Pitchers remember. 1-2. Off the outside corner, changeup away.
Well, I think this is an evolving Andrew Abbott. I mean, Chourio's had good run against Abbott because Abbott's been primarily a fastball pitcher in years past. This year, more breaking balls, more changeups.
The 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. And, I always wonder, when a pitcher evolves like that, how is that going to impact those matchups that have historically favored maybe a batter? Does it make a difference? Abbott trying to put him away with his 2-2, and he misses upstairs. Tried to get him to go after the high fastball. Chourio lays off.
See, that used to be Abbott's bread and butter. He would throw that not once, twice, but 3 times in a row. He doesn't do that really any longer.
Payoff pitch. And Chourio takes just off the outside corner, ball 4. He walks for the second time. 3rd walk already issued by Andrew Abbott. Like you talked about, it was an opportunity for Abbott to have kind of a quick inning. But you allow these Brewers to reach base, and even with 2 outs, they can make you pay a little bit.
Yeah, you just make things tougher on yourself because the Brewers love doing this. They just love having guys on base all the time, having you worried about a stolen base. Opens up a hole on the right side.
Abbott spins a breaking ball in the dirt outside. It's 1-0 now on Bryce Terang.
Which is really why you see so many number 2 hitters being left-handed. Manager knows if a leadoff hitter gets on, the first baseman's holding, and you got a big space over there.
Abbott through the signs, readies. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Bryce Terang, and it's a fastball that misses too high. It's a guy that will work the count. Abbott behind 2-0, and here he comes. And he misses low and inside of the fastball, and it's a 3-ball, no strike count. Bryce Terang actually grew up more around softball probably than he did baseball. Abbott's 3-0 pitch, and he walked just inside of that fastball. His older sisters, Brianna, Carissa, Cabria, Bailey, softball players. Mom Carrie played in the College World Series twice, so I would say it's an athletic family. Now Terang's aboard here for the second time tonight, a double and now a walk, and there's 2 on with 2 out.
Well, a potential recipe for disaster right here. 2 out, you walk 2, and now you got to face Contreras.
A walk on the left-on-left matchup, no less. Terang. The pitch is outside to Contreras for ball 1, 1-0.
Right now, Abbott is trying to determine the strike zone on the corners to start. You know, you need to come in the strike zone and then expand.
1-0. And he fires that changeup right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike on Contreras. 2 on, 2 out. Tied at 2 in the second. Signal given. Abbott readies. Here he comes. The 1-1 pitch. Contreras swings, little tapper off to the left of home. If you're listening tonight on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Abbott through the signs. Ahead of Contreras, a ball and 2 strikes. Here he comes. Swinging a bouncer past the mound. Ellie far to his left, makes a diving stop and looks the runner to third, and Churio hangs on right there. So Ellie saves a run with the diving stop to his left. Didn't have a play on Contreras at first, but immediately looked to third to see if maybe Churio had designs of trying to score on a bleeder that looked like it might get through up the middle. But Churio alertly didn't round third by too much, and Ellie didn't have a play anywhere. Bases loaded, 2 walks and an infield hit. First pitch, left-handed hitting Jake Bowers takes a strike. Bowers already with a career high in home runs, 74 games into the season. 7th in the National League in OPS. He has 15 home runs on the year. He's hitting .272, and he takes a breaking ball down. Bowers, a sac fly to the left fielder Ivan Johnson, his first time up.
Today I drove to Madison, Wisconsin, about an hour away. I learned that there are 2 seasons in Wisconsin, winter and construction. But in the summertime, I would say it's winter and traffic, and the traffic is right here in American Family Field.
1-0, and a strike call to the inside corner.
In the way of base runners on the bases when the Reds come to town. Or every time you look up, the bases are full.
They've loaded him up with 2 outs here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bowers. Abbott to the plate, and he misses off the outside corner.
I mean, this is the man that you have to get right here if you're Andrew Abbott. You think about it, and you throw your absolute best pitches in this at-bat.
Abbott readies. Here he comes with the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. A little bit low. Stevenson thought it was strike 3. Let's find out. It was a little bit low. The Reds lose a challenge. Those are the situations where Stevenson has lost challenges, where he's trying to help out his pitcher.
Great point.
So now, the merry-go-round is in motion. Everybody on the move on this 3-2 pitch to Jake Bauers with 2 outs. Abbott from the belt, and here he comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a fastball away, and it was off the plate outside, but Bauers chased it, and he's down on strikes. The Brewers leave him loaded in the second, but boy, has Andrew Abbott had to battle through the first 2 innings of this game. We're tied at 2 as we head to Chris in the third. On
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time, because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Two runs on a home run by Noelvi Marte right after a Tyler Stevenson base hit. And that's where we are. Ellie De La Cruz, who's the leadoff hitter tonight, he steps in now to face Shane Drowan for the second time. Drowan, a left-hander, pitches out of that modified stretch facing the first base bag. Peering in, very still out there, and here he comes. Breaking ball in there for a strike. I mentioned early on that Drowan has really got a very impressive, simple pitching delivery. And a swing and a miss, back-to-back breaking balls, and he's 0-2 now to Ellie. I mean, he doesn't really look like he's got arms and legs going every which way. He lifts his leg very carefully and just stays right on line when he comes to home. They're playing Ellie to pull around a little bit, and Ellie probably getting another breaking ball right here. And a swing and a miss. Snuck a fastball right by him, pretty much right down the middle, and Drowan has strikeout number 3. In fact, that is 3 in a row for this left-hander. Now Sal Stewart. Stewart jumped on a first pitch fastball and lined it into left field for a base hit. And a breaking ball, first pitch strike. Boy, Drowan is pounding the strike zone right now. Reds trying to find a way to break the spell here in Milwaukee. That one's an off-speed pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of the last 69 games the Reds and the Brewers have played, The Brewers have won 50. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-2 ball game, top of 3. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Sal didn't like that call. And he's going to ask for a review. And it's a little bit low, so Sal Stewart gets his way. Good call by him. And he makes the count now, 2 balls and a strike.
Makes you a little nervous when you're down to your last challenge already.
Yeah. Swings and hits that ball on the ground to the third baseman. Ortiz comes up throwing in the dirt. Good pick, out. Ortiz is playing third base tonight. This guy is a wizard in the field defensively. And he went right in front of the shortstop, Connor Pratt. He kind of went down on one knee when he fielded that ball, spun, came up, threw a ball to first base, and Andrew Vaughn picked it clean for the out. Boy, that is a teamwork, good Gold Glove play. And 2 down, and Spencer Steer. Steer looks at that first pitch breaking ball. So every batter in this inning has seen a first pitch curveball right there for a strike. The 27-year-old former Boston Red Sox coming to the plate now and swings and fouls it straight back to Steer on a fastball. Shane Drowan, 6'2", 202 pounds. He is 27 years old. He went to Cardinal Newman High School in West Palm Beach, Florida. The home of the most famous Burt Reynolds. And here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he's got another strikeout. That is 4 in the ball game through the first 3 innings. And the Brewers come to bat, bottom of 3, 2-2 here in Milwaukee on the Reds radio.
Out toward the wall, he jumps and he made the catch!
One of the great running catches at the wall you will ever see.
Corbin Carroll with a terrific rolling grab. Sliding catch by the big 6'7" center fielder. Alexander Wheels comes home on wood, and he is out at the plate.
No first baseman knows this ballpark better than Josh Naylor.
Well, he had to time that leap perfectly.
Great diving stop by Young.
Using that height to his advantage.
Gonna leap, and he makes the catch.
Diving catch by Shaw!
Out goes Lindor, and he makes the running catch.
Helps to have closing speed.
Diving play by McNeil. What a play.
Diving stop. Maidron to his feet. Oh, baby!
He caught it. What a great play. That is a tremendous play by Ozzie Albies.
And he got it. They got him.
That was a terrific defensive play all the way around.
Nothing easy about this one.
Your cons near the diamond or under the fireworks, celebrate the Reds, white and blue, with your favorite Cons hot dogs.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds are teaming up to give you a home run deal. Right now, we're offering buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be Andrew Abbott on the mound again. Boy, he has worked hard through his first couple of innings. He gave up 2 runs in the first, had bases loaded, and went all the way to 3-2 on the count on Jake Bowers before he got a fastball by him to end the inning. And that will be Andrew Vaughn. Last 5 hitters in the Brewers lineup due up in this inning. Vaughn, a .339 average, couple of home runs, 24 driven in. Right-handed hitter awaits, and it's a fastball right down Broadway. Nice little comeback story about Andrew Vaughn. Swing and a miss. Came up empty right there. He was a former number 3 overall pick Ended up with the White Sox for a long time and kind of fell on bad times, and that's when the Brewers came a-calling. No balls and 2 strikes now. Abbott way ahead, and an off-speed pitch in the dirt. That was in 2019 is when the White Sox got Vaughn. Big, burly right-hander waiting the 1-2 pitch, and that's a strike 3 on the inside corner. Vaughn takes a look at the plate, takes a look at the umpire, and drags it on back to the Brewers dugout. So the second strikeout of the evening for Andrew Abbott. That one looking, the first one swinging. And now Garrett Mitchell, the left-hander. Mitchell, a base hit in the hole to shortstop his first time up, and a breaking ball down and away, ball 1. Mitchell on base percentage .351, not bad for a guy batting 6th. Swing and a miss right there. And it's an even 1-ball, 1-strike count. Although you look up and down the Brewers and their on-base percentage is probably the thing that stands out the most. Check swing at the plate. He did go, and they're going to ring him up for a 1-ball, 2-strike count now to Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell very fast, center fielder. Very short swing, holds the bat kind of in front of him. And a swing and a lacing ball down the left field line. That is fair ball. Going to be extra bases as Mitchell speeds around first base and brings it on into second base standing with a 1-out double. Well, you can almost see Mitchell and his intent against Andrew Abbott just to try to slap the ball on the left side somewhere. That time it went right inside the left field line. And now the former New York Yankee Gary Sanchez. Sanchez behind the plate tonight. Feet very close together, kind of waving the bat, and the ball, a pickoff throw, and it's going into center field, and that'll advance the runner. I mean, they had no chance at all to get the runner Mitchell at second base. Abbott threw a wide of the covering second baseman Edwin Arroyo, and the ball goes all the way into center field. Boy, it's almost like you're handing the Brewers golden opportunity after golden opportunity. And a fastball a little bit low. 1-ball, no strikes to Sanchez. Sanchez takes a look at a high fastball up and away. That's a ball. So 2-0 now to Sanchez. Base open at first. The runner's over at third. The infield is in. Sanchez now 33 years old, and he looks at that one inside. It's 3-0. You have the youngster Cooper Pratt on deck. Does he have the green light on the 3-0? He did not swing, and it's inside ball 4. That is 5 walks now in the ball game for Andrew Abbott. Here we are, only 1 out into the 3rd inning. And let's pause for station ID up and down the Reds Radio Network. Cooper Pratt bunts the first pitch right back to the first baseman, Spencer Steer, who gloves it and gets it home. And he's out at the plate. It was a bang-bang play with the runner coming in from third base hard. Garrett Mitchell came pouring in from third base. The Brewers are going to take a look, maybe.
Well,
and they definitely are.
Steer did everything right. I mean, his only play at the plate was to scoop it right from the glove to the catcher. He did, and it was right on the money to Stevenson. It's close.
Now, the one thing that you have to remember that when a ball is on, when you have the infield playing in,
Milwaukee is challenging,
and a ball is hit to one of those infielders,
blocking violation and the out at home plate. The previous play is under review.
And so the catcher on a play like that is allowed to block the plate before he gets the ball. Because when you have a drawn-in infield, the rule where you're not allowed to block the plate does not apply.
You got to believe that's what the umpires are probably discussing right now on the field while they watch the video on the board.
The only difference there, Tommy, might be if there's a bunt on the play, because I think there might be wording in the umpire manual that says it has to be a sharply hit ball to a drawn-in infield. And a bunt may not qualify as that, even though it was a pretty sharply hit bunt. But definitely Stevenson had his foot in front of home plate. Your coach to be able to do that, and it'll be interesting to see what these umpires finally say. So you remember that normally obstruction will be called on the catcher if he gets in front of home plate before he has the baseball, or unless the throw takes him into the path of the runner.
He was definitely in front of the plate before the throw.
But you do have a drawn-in infield, and I think the wording has something to do with a sharply hit ball to a drawn-in infield, and we'll see how they end up figuring this one out.
Well, the foot is over the bag, or over the plate, before Stevenson's tag is applied. The question is the foot in the air when it's over the plate?
I think really what they're doing in the replay room in New York is looking at the rule and saying, does a bunt qualify as one of those plays where a catcher can block the plate before he has the ball?
But if he's safe anyway, it doesn't matter. I think the only way that would come into play is if he was out otherwise. They've challenged both aspects of it. It was close, but fortunately for the Reds, the call on the field is out.
Or yeah, right now the call on the field is out. Ooh. The more I see it, the more I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah, I think he's safe. But the question is, do they feel like there's enough video evidence? And the more I watch it, the more I wonder, did Steer actually have time to make the transfer? Let's find out.
Due to the fact that it was a quickly developing play, there is no violation of blocking of home plate. As far as the out call, the ruling on the field stands. The runner is out. Milwaukee loses its challenge.
Wow. I think the Reds got a huge break there, Chris.
I think they did, and it was a nice play overall by Spencer Steer. A good tag by Stevenson. Stevenson did what he is coached to do, which is block the plate on a drawn-in infield. And now Pat Murphy is going to hobble on out and have a discussion with the umpire. Remember that if Murphy argues the call in New York, it is an automatic ejection. The umpires have no choice. And evidently he didn't argue the call. He wanted to make sure that he understood the verdict.
Still not moving great, Pat Murphy.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
I think
2.5 hour back surgery?
I'd be working remote.
Yeah, I can't even believe he's here.
So the Reds get it out. The second half of the inning is at home plate. And runners on first and second. Joey Ortiz, the number 9 hitter, up. And a fastball up and away. That's a ball. Boy, a lot of action around that play, and the fans came alive when they heard that verdict of out of the plate. That's a strike, an off-speed pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike to Joey Ortiz.
Well, for right now, it's a game-saving play.
Ortiz holds that bat straight up and down. Swing and a miss. Got a high fastball right there. That's probably the place to pitch Ortiz. Any batter that holds his bat kind of straight up and down right in front of him has a long way to go to get it on plane to hit the high heater. 1-2 by Abbott. Inside, ball 2. Looking pretty good on that one. Boy, Abbott now getting set and ready to deliver his 75th pitch of the evening. And that's inside off the plate, 3-2.
The Reds are desperate for length out of their starters and not getting it here on this night.
Well, just throwing this many pitches in so few innings just wears you down so much. I don't care what kind of condition you're in.
Especially on a hot night, muggy night.
The 3-2 with 2 outs, swing and a miss. Got him to chase a high outside heater. And Ortiz goes down. Strikeout number 3 for Abbott. He again pitches out of trouble and holds the score right there at 2-2. Tommy back with the play-by-play. We go to the top of the 4th right after this on the Red.
Line drive knocked down by Durbin. He got knocked down, picks it up, throws, and gets it.
Caglione grabs it on a backhand dive. He gets to his feet and takes it to first for the out.
Line drive. Diving play second by Tyler Callahan.
Rojas got turned around. He makes a spinning leaping catch.
Tailing away from Mangum. Tough play. He's there.
The 4th inning. The 4th inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic. It's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. Checking scores around Major League Baseball this evening. A few finals turned in already today for some day games. Orioles beat the White Sox today 6-1. Guardians 9-4 winners over the Rangers. It was the Nationals over the Red Sox 10-2. Tigers in 11 beat the Yankees 6-2 in the Bronx. How about the Cubs? 23-3. The Cubs over the San Diego Padres. Also, the Blue Jays beat the Mets 9-3. Eugenio Suarez is up there leading off the Reds' 4th. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. 1-0 on Suarez. Suarez grounded into a fielder's choice down the third base line his first time up. They guard the line against him again here. Ortiz deep near the line, swinging and a miss. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike on Eugenio Suarez. Left-hander readies, and now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss again. Breaking ball over the inside corner. It's 1-2 on Gino. Outfield plays him straight away. Suarez climbing up the Reds' all-time home run leaderboard. He's 1 shy of the Hall of Famer Barry Larkin. The pitch low and inside, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Suarez. Suarez sitting on 197. Lark had 198, and then next up would be Eric Davis, who has 208 career home runs and is 10th on the list. The pitch is in off the plate to Suarez. Full count, 3-2. Shane Drowan, letter high set. Now the payoff. Swing and a miss. Spun a breaking ball by Suarez. Drowan has his 6th strikeout of the night. This game even at 2. The Brewers scored the first 2 runs in the first inning. And then the Reds' first 2 men reached in the second. The second man delivered a 2-run home run. That was Noelvi Marte. Tyler Stevenson led off that inning with a base hit. Swings and fouls the first pitch of his second at bat straight back into the net. The count is 0-1 on Stevenson. Marte waiting on deck. 0-1. And Stevenson watches a cutter in for a strike. Drowan ahead of him, 0-2. Steamy night tonight here in Milwaukee. But it's dry. It was rainy a little farther north in the state today. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. Strike 3 call. Got him looking. That is 3 straight strikeouts now for Shane Drowan. And 6 of the last 7 have been strikeout victories.
You know, Tommy, I mentioned it earlier, but I really do believe his delivery is so clean that allows him to repeat it and really work on command rather than control.
Noelvi Marte takes high, ball 1.
I mean, he's throwing the ball exactly where he wants to. And you don't do that if you can't have a repeatable delivery.
The 1-0 to Marte. In for a strike. Fastball, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, they do not want to allow Marte to get his arms extended. He loves the ball on the outer part of the plate.
Now the 1-1. Swung on, and Marte put a good swing on it. Fouls it straight back. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Noelvi Marte.
It's really a whole different ball game as a hitter when you face a pitcher that can use both sides of the plate in the same at bat.
Marte hooked one right down the left field line for that 2-run home run his last time up. Drowan always looks like he's out of the stretch. Even his windup is a stretch-like setup. 1-2. And Marte goes in the air with this one to straightaway center right at Garrett Mitchell. He will back up a step and make the catch anymore.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Willie Castro batting left-handed. The switch hitter drives it to right. The Rockies are on the board. Touch 'em all time. Second deck for Willie Castro. His 6th home run of the year.
Well, that was loud. 108 miles an hour off the bat, 400 nearly 40 feet with that colossal shot. It was a no-doubter. The only question is if it was going to be fair.
That was at least 8 or 10 rows up.
So this is MLB Network talent stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lauren Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lauren Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Back at American Family Field in Milwaukee, this game's tied at 2 as the Brewers send up the top of the order here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jackson Chourio, Bryce Terang, and William Contreras will all face Reds lefty Andrew Abbott. Boy, has he had to work for it tonight, though. Abbott has thrown a ton of pitches already, 75 pitches, but the tough part is the fact that he's only thrown 39 strikes of those 75 pitches. That is a little too close of a 50-50 split, actually.
It's a miracle it's only 2-2.
Right. Jackson Chourio will lead things off. First pitch to Chourio is high and outside for ball 1.
This guy is exhibit number 1 that you can't throw a strike to.
He has only thrown 2 more strikes than he has balls so far. Abbott's pitch, breaking ball, skied in the air. Behind short, Ellie will back up. He's under it, waiting on it. Ellie makes the catch. So Chourio pops out to the shortstop, and that'll bring up Bryce Terang. Terang has doubled and walked tonight. Doubled and scored in the first inning, then walked in the second. First pitch to him is off the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Bryce Terang. Left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. Here it comes. Terang got jammed, hits a bouncing ball behind the bag at first. Steer will handle it. Takes it himself, 3 unassisted, and that is exactly what Andrew Abbott needed. 2 pretty quick outs here in this fourth inning. 2-pitch out to Jackson Chourio and a first pitch out to Bryce Terang. And now if he can only do the same with William Contreras. Boy, his brother Wilson was stirring up trouble yesterday in Boston.
Imagine that.
Here's the first pitch to William Contreras. Swung on, fouled away off to the right side, and the count is 0-1 on Contreras.
It's been a very frustrating year for the Red Sox.
Yes, it has.
I wouldn't test them because if they can't win, they want to fight.
0-1 on Contreras. Left-hander's home with the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball rolled softly back up the middle. Arroyo near the bag will field it and throw to first in plenty of time to get William Contreras. Side retired. The Brewers are up and down in order in the fourth.
Did he get another one? You bet! And a new Rockies record for home runs in front of the All-Star break.
Seiya, deep left. Cubs win. Seiya wins it. 10th walk-off of the year for the Cubs. The magician makes another one disappear. My word. He has homered in 4 straight games.
Casey Mize had one of the best starts of the year for a Tiger pitcher.
That stuff tonight was absolutely filthy, just allowing 1 hit with 10 strikeouts.
Cowser's at the wall. Cowser takes away another. Come on now. Back-to-back days, Colton Cowser has robbed a home run here at Camden Yards.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Reds come to bat. We're in the 5th inning here at American Family Field. Bottom third of the order for the Reds here in the 5th. Ivan Johnson will lead things off, and Matt McClain and Edwin Arroyo. Johnson, right-handed batter. Left-hander throws, and Johnson takes off the outside corner. It's actually a switch hitter. Bats obviously right-handed against the left-handed thrower. Did his college work at Chipola down in Marianna, Florida, which is down there in the Panhandle. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and this ball is hit well toward the right field corner, and deep. Bowers on the run reaches up on the track a few steps shy of the wall to make the catch. And Johnson showing a little bit of opposite field power there, but just got under it a little bit too much. One down, and that brings up Matt McLean. McLean struck out in the second inning. Getting his first start in center field tonight. Pitch in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Terry Francona saying he's actually kind of excited about it. Of course, when you're struggling to find playing time, you kind of get excited to just be in the lineup, too. Hit in the air, loop to left. Coming on is Churio moving toward the line. He'll make the catch, and McLean is...
You know, I really do think that the biggest part of McLean's hitting problem this year is not getting a good pitch to hit. That at-bat right there is a perfect example where he took a fastball first pitch right down the middle and then chased a breaking ball down and in.
Right. Don't want to let the good pitches go. And that's the thing. You talk to hitters, and they'll tell you it's not bad to be aggressive early so that way you don't miss a good pitch to hit early in the at-bat. Swinging a line drive, and it's off the glove of Cooper Pratt, diving in the hole. It's short. That'll go rolling into left field off his glove. And Edwin Arroyo is aboard with a 2-out single. That was sinking and hooking away from the shortstop. So not an easy play for Cooper Pratt. He had a leather on it. It went right off the tip of the webbing. Single for Arroyo, who's been swinging the bat quite well for the Reds. And now here's Ellie. 2 for 4 last night. Double and a run scored. 1 on, 2 away. The pitch to De La Cruz, and boy, Drowan spun a slider through the heart of the plate. Ellie watches strike 1.
Yeah, the Brewers love to keep the breaking ball on Ellie.
He has struck out his first 2 times up against this left-hander. Ellie up right-handed. The 0-1. Way high and outside. That changeup just kind of ran away a little bit. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Reds got their first 2 runs on a 2-run homer from Noelvi Marte. We're tied at 2 in the 5th. We owe you a trivia question. We'll get to it if we have a chance. Arroyo bouncing off the bag at first, draws a throw. 1976 Reds trivia presented by the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum. What member of the 1976 Reds led the National League in slugging with a .576 mark? Johnny Bench, George Foster, Joe Morgan. Ellie takes off the inside corner. See, they just had to put George in here.
You better vote for George. I'm taking no chances.
George Foster.
I don't want him to mistake me for you.
Here's the 2-1. Off the outside corner. George can still see plenty well, I promise you.
Yes, he can.
3 balls and a strike on Ellie. We'll both say George.
I'm not so sure even on a hitter's count like this that he's going to get a fastball from Drowan. He is such a good fastball hitter.
3-1. It is a breaking ball, and it floats in for a called strike. Curveball dropped right in there.
And Ellie does what good hitters do. I mean, if you're looking for 1 pitch on a 3-1 count, you don't get it, don't swing at it.
Right. Full count, 3-2. Arroyo's going to be running on this pitch. Drone's payoff. Another breaking ball, and Ellie lines it to left. That's down for a base hit in front of the left fielder, Churio. Arroyo's around second. He's into third base on the base hit to left by De La Cruz, who's now hit safely in 4 straight.
Boy, that ball came off the bat so hard. You get a little elevation on that, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
Instead, he had topspin on it. And fortunately, he had the topspin because that made it sink down and fall in front of Churio. Now the catcher out to the mound. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Gary Sanchez out to the mound, having a quick word with Shane Drowan. That meeting wraps up. Now they're ready to go to work here against Sal Stewart. You kind of wonder what this conversation might have been about. You've got Sal at the plate, and you wonder if maybe they were discussing who they'd rather be more aggressive with. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner with a first pitch slider that just did shave the edge. Sal thought it was outside. It looked like it was right there, so the Reds are going to lose a challenge in all likelihood. Yep, just barely.
The call is confirmed. Cincinnati out of challenging.
It did shave the outside corner, and boy, that won't make the dugout boss and the third base dugout very happy.
Every time you see Terry Franco to take his hat off and then flip it back on his head hard, he's not happy.
He's not amused. The 0-1 to Sal Stewart. Swing and a miss, and then he took a murderous cut there at the 0-1 fastball and came up empty, and now he's down to the count 0-2. First and third, 2 away. Reds trying to threaten here. They are threatening with 2 outs. But now Sal Stewart behind the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Drawing through the signs, sets ready, and here he comes. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ball pounded into the ground toward third. Ortiz goes the short way to second, forcing out Ellie. Inning over. Reds come up empty. They strand him.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
Fifth inning. 2-2 our score. It's Bowers to get it started, followed by Andrew Vaughn and Garrett Mitchell against the left-handed throwing Andrew Abbott. First pitch is in for a strike, and the count is 0-1 on Jake Bowers. Bowers 0 for 1. Sac fly his first time up. Now the 0-1 pitch. Bowers watches the breaking ball spin down too low, and that'll even the count. 1-1 now. 2-2 in the bottom of the fifth. The Brewers got their 2 in the first. The Reds scored 2 in the top of the second to answer the 1-1. Up and in. Bowers did not go. Boy, he was close. You know what? By the letter of the law, he probably swung there. I'm glad they said that he didn't. Not for the sake of the Reds, but because he wasn't trying to swing at that pitch.
No, he was not. And just because his bat came around shouldn't give the umpire a reason to ring him up. But if it was just one that got away for Andrew Abbott, you couldn't have done a better knockdown pitch than that.
2-1. See if he uses it to his advantage here. Abbott with a kick and pitch. Swung on, lined up the middle. One hop to the backhand of Ellie from a knee. Throws to first in time. He's still got a lot on that throw, even from a knee.
I hope there were no 12-year-olds watching that play. Because their coach is going to have to undo what they're going to do this weekend when they take the field and say, Ellie did it like that.
You're exactly right.
Field a ground ball on his knees, stay on his knees, and throw a runner out.
I don't think that's how Sean Pinder and Tom Amansky were teaching it. Here's Andrew Vaughn in there for a called strike. You think they're still selling those videotapes
I may
anywhere?
have to go back and watch that Tom Amansky tape this weekend just to see Fred McGriff one more time. Throw a ball into a garbage can.
Here's the 0-1 to Andrew Vaughn. Swung on and fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes now on Vaughn.
Hey, don't laugh. They probably sold 5 million of those.
Oh, at least. I mean, they were selling those things well into the 2000s, and they looked outdated about a year after they shot them. That big foam cap, you know, Fred McGriff pointing at you. This is how you learn baseball. Swinging a grounder. Good play, Abbott reaching out with his glove, grabs it, runs halfway to first, underhands to Steer. Vaughn's out, too quickly gone in the 5th. And Abbott's been able to get the right-handed hitting and lefty killer Andrew Vaughn out a couple of times now. A strikeout, now a one-hopper back to the mound. Garrett Mitchell up there, 2 for 2 now. Left-handed hitter that has a couple of hits against Abbott. If the World Cup interests you at all, it's 1-0 U.S. That game's in the second half. The pitch, breaking ball down and away. But the U.S., because of a red card, down to 10 players. 1-0 on Mitchell. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Do they call that a power play in soccer?
You know what?
In hockey?
You're asking the wrong guy. I do like to watch the World Cup, but I do not know the rules.
So you're not one of those people on Twitter that watches it once every 4 years and pretends to be an expert? Up and in.
I don't even pretend to be an expert on the baseball rules. Those are complicated enough, please.
2-1 on Garrett Mitchell.
That's why I'm always glad there's an umpire supervisor up here on the media level.
2-1. Breaking ball in the air, center field, and back in a hurry, McLean. On the track, won't have a play. It's off the wall. McLean plays it perfectly, fires it back into second, but it is not in time. It goes off the glove of Ellie on the relay, but Mitchell's into second base with a 2-out double. Talking about the rules, I got to hand it to crew chief Dan Bellino for kind of explaining why the blocking of the plate didn't apply on that play back in the 3rd inning at home plate, saying that it was a fast,
sharp and direct.
Yeah, it was a quick happening play, and because of that, the blocking of the plate rule doesn't apply. Whatever his language was great. Better than what I tried to say there. The pitch in there for a strike called. But it was a fast developing play, and because of that, that's why that didn't, the blocking of plate rule didn't apply there.
Obviously a fan of Baseball Rules Academy.
The 0-1. Strike called. I would imagine that play will be on Baseball Rules Academy's website.
It's already
in short
on there.
order. Wow. That is quick.
Not that play. But I mean,
no, I was saying that play.
That exact play. It's going on there, yeah.
It'll be on there. 0-2. I know a guy that can probably make that happen. God. 0-2.
You want me to stay up all night, I guess.
Yeah. I'll be anxiously awaiting it in the morning. 0-2 on Gary Sanchez. He takes low and inside, but make sure you get your rest. I need you fresh for tomorrow. 1-2 on Sanchez as TJ Antone begins throwing in the Reds bullpen.
In fact, I think I'll take that play and I'll make it into a video quiz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we've already got that explanation, but that's a great quiz, you know.
Yeah.
You make the call.
Right. The 1-2. And Sanchez tomahawks a high fastball into shallow center. Here comes McLean. Under it, he's got it. He's done a nice job out there tonight. Puts this one away for the final out of the 5th, and it's still 2-2. Reds and Brewers to the top of the 6th.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Bonds would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
It'll be Spencer Steer, Eugenio Suarez, and Tyler Stevenson coming to the plate in the 6th. Reds are home after this. The series will wrap up tomorrow. The Reds trying to win tonight and then give themselves a chance to split the series. But not only that, the Reds are trying to snap a 6-game losing streak that they have active against Milwaukee. They have lost 6 in a row to the Brewers. So trying to reverse that trend, and here's Spencer Steer to lead things off. You got to wonder if Red starter Andrew Abbott will go back out for the 6th. The pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1, and you really kind of believe that he probably won't, just given that he's at 96 pitches. The 0-1. Steer swings and fouls this back and out of play. 0-2 on Spencer Steer.
You know, Shane Drowan must have the sneakiest 93-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball.
Well, you're not
kidding.
He
seems to be throwing it right there. And the Reds are swinging and missing. They're fouling it straight back.
Well, that's the thing. You look at the velocity, and it's not a real overpowering fastball, but he gets a great swing and miss on it. Teams don't hit it. Curveball spins into the dirt. He uses it a lot.
You know, that's why you just cannot go by the radar gun as the only measure of whether a guy's got good stuff or not.
I think a perfect example of that is Chase Burns is learning that on the fly here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Steer. The pitch is in the dirt. He's learned it quickly. I might have said it during his last start, but one of the things that he said, he goes, look, I'd rather locate 96 than throw 101 into hitter's sweet spot. Pitch is off the outside corner. Curveball spins into the dirt away, and it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
Now, I do believe that velocity is good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a choice between throwing 90 and 99. I'm throwing 99.
Absolutely. But if I can locate 96, I'm going to do that.
Bingo.
3-2 in the dirt inside. That's ball 4 to Spencer Steer.
Finally.
So Steer is aboard with a leadoff walk in the 6th. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member-exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost. 1 on, nobody out. Eugenio Suarez is up. Second time tonight that the Reds have had their leadoff man on. They scored the last time. The pitch is in off the plate for ball 1 to Suarez. They walk by Drowan, the first walk he's issued tonight. Drowan gets the sign. Now here he comes with the 1-0. Suarez watches a slider miss upstairs, and now he's really fighting his command, and Gary Sanchez is sensing the issue. He's headed out to the mound now to visit with Drowan, and he's making a slow walk to the mound from home plate. I think the Brewers are going to start to get some activity up in their bullpen.
You know, I'm wondering, because Drowan is 27 years old. Andrew Abbott is 27 years old. Drowan went to FSU, and Abbott went to Virginia. I wonder if they ever faced each other in college. Both in the ACC. I would imagine that.
Probably ask somebody that.
I'm not sure where to look it up.
One on, nobody out.
You wouldn't know that off the top of your head, I guess.
No, I wouldn't. 2-0 on Eugenio Suarez. The pitch to him is ripped down the line and left. That is down and all the way to the wall. Heading for third is Steer. He'll be held there. Quickly back in with a Churio to the cutoff man Pratt. And into second base, Suarez with a double, and a ringing double at that, to the wall and left.
Well, you're right about that. It sounded so good coming off the bat. A breaking ball that Suarez went right down the get. You wouldn't know this, but that is the favorite spot for Eugenio Suarez, which is a breaking ball down and away, and he laid the wood to it.
Well, Chris Hook is on his way to the mound. It looks like he's going to bring with him a hook, and we'll see if this is going to be it for Drum. Maybe not. This might just be a stall tactic. Aaron Ashby is loosening in the bullpen.
Well, Chris Hook is really the engineer behind all the great pitching deeds that the Brewers are doing here. They've got a tremendous pitching lab. They seem to be able to find pitchers. They target guys that they want. They get them in their organization. They fix them. Next thing you know, they're out there, very important pieces of the puzzle. It's amazing what he has done here, and native of the Cincinnati area and in northern Kentucky.
Chance of USA echoing now through American Family Field. The U.S. has scored again in San Francisco to take a 2-0 lead in World Cup action. Here's Tyler Stevenson now. Infield about halfway in for the Brewers. The breaking ball hangs off the outside edge, and it is 1-0 on Tyler Stevenson.
You got the soccer lingo down.
I've done a little soccer in my life.
A little nil.
They get really upset if you say 2-0. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a little tapper by the mound. It'll be a tough play. The Reds have a runner stuck at third. Now the throw to first. Throw home. He's out. And Steer is caught between home and third, and he's going to get tagged out. Boy, that's bad base running by the Reds. Suarez broke for third, and Steer hadn't broke for home. They threw home, got the out of Stevenson, and Steer was hung up between third and home. He was trying to wave Stevenson on to second, but there was nowhere for Stevenson to go.
Except
he was
the dugout.
out.
You know, Steer couldn't decide what to do. Wasn't it Voltaire that said not to decide is to decide? Hung him right up between third and home, and easy out. A double play by the Brewers against the Reds. A giveaway out.
On a soft roller that looked like it was by the mound. That's going to be it now for the left-hander. And the problem was Suarez broke for third, and at that point there was nowhere for Steer to go. And Steer was kind of waiting to see how that play developed, but he had to go. He's probably safe easily.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak.
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and had a brain cramp.
I don't think that's really the proper place to do that.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys a
24/7. Cincinnati Children's Primary Care. Partners you can count on.
Well, Aaron Ashby is the pitcher that they called on out of the Brewer bullpen. He's another left-hander, so they go back-to-back lefties right here. This kid is lights out. He is 11-1 on the year, earned run average of 3.2, and he can strike them out. 68 punch-outs in only 50 innings.
Runner at third, now 2 outs. The pitch to Marte is swung on and fouled back out of play. 0-1. That play officially goes 6-3, 2-5-6. The 0-1. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. That's a tough pill to swallow, Chris.
Well, one of the problems there was Suarez not paying attention to what's going on in front of him here. He assumed that Steer was going to home, and he got hung up over third base. At that point, when you've got 2 guys on the same base, somebody's going to be out. And they'd already got an out in the inning.
The 1-1. And Marte sends a fly ball into center.
That would have been a run.
Mitchell, he's got it. And the inning is over. The Reds threaten, come up empty. And it is still 2-2.
Did he get another one? You bet! And a new Rockies record for home runs in front of the All-Star break.
Seiya, deep left. Cubs win. Seiya wins it. 10th walk-off of the year for the Cubs. The magician makes another one disappear. My word. He has homered in 4 straight games.
Casey Mize had one of the best starts of the year for a Tiger pitcher.
That stuff tonight was absolutely filthy, just allowing 1 hit with 10 strikeouts.
Cowser's at the wall. Cowser takes away another. Come on now. Back-to-back days, Colton Cowser has robbed a home run here at Camden Yards.
Fly ball deep center. Edmonds going back. The ball is going long. 3-run home run. Bowman shot. The Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bobershek makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7. Breaking ball, and he was all over.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got
free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunburn using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Well, they Romer's mustard pitching change, and it will be T.J. Antone coming in from the Reds bullpen. A big right-hander with a great slider. He'll come in here and face 8, 9, and 1 in the Brewer order. So he's got 3 righties. That's a pretty good matchup that Terry Francona's got him in for.
According to my buddy Aaron Davis, the U.S. scored on what is referred to in soccer as a free kick.
Okay.
So it was a free kick that the U.S. scored their second goal on. They lead 2-0. Here it is 2-2. Reds and Brewers. The bottom of the 6th inning with T.J. Antone going to work. Antone readies. He brings it home. The pitch to Cooper Pratt. It's a breaking ball that spins off the outside corner. 1-0 on Cooper Pratt. Have you ever been to a soccer match?
Oh, I have been to a soccer match, yes.
1-0. Way off the outside corner.
I watch a little European soccer on TV early on Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings. Yeah.
I do not do that.
Before the Golf Channel gets dialed in.
We were over in Barcelona a couple of before the golf. Yeah, of course. Where they tee them up. We were over in Barcelona, went to a FC Barcelona game. But
I mean, that was exciting.
It was.
But the World Cup, I think, takes it to a whole new level.
No question.
I mean, even here, when they showed the second goal that USA made in between innings, I mean, the place erupted.
3-0 the count on Cooper Pratt. The pitch off the outside corner. Kind of cool to hear guys around the team talking about USA soccer as well. Well, right after the Reds squander a golden opportunity to score, and make no mistake, they did. A leadoff walk to the number 8 hitter is no way to begin the following half inning. And that's how it begins here. Antone walks Cooper Pratt. So he missed away with the cutter. 1 on, nobody out. Here's Joey Ortiz.
Well, the one saving thing here for Antone is that he is a pretty good ground ball pitcher. So maybe he can get Ortiz to roll one over.
Joey Ortiz late getting to the plate, so he is assessed an automatic strike. 0-1 now on Ortiz before he sees a pitch. Antone's pitch is a spinner low. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Joey Ortiz. I can't remember an automatic ball or strike that we've seen here in a while.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. The 1-1. And it's down too low. 2 balls, 1 strike on Joey Ortiz. Antone hasn't thrown a strike yet. Antone has made 6 pitches, all balls. The only strike he has was because Joey Ortiz was late getting to the plate. 2-1. Ortiz bunts, rolls it up the first baseline, foul. That'll leave the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. After a failed bunt attempt, it's 2-2 on Ortiz. Runner at first, nobody out. The 2-2 pitch, he throws his bat at it, loops it foul into the second deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Our score is 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. We owe you an answer to our trivia question. The question was, what member of the 1976 Reds led the National League in slugging? That's slugging, 576. We both said B, George Foster. Our other options were either Johnny Bench or C, Joe Morgan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Joey Ortiz. Fouled away the previous 2-2. Now the 2-2 runner goes, and the pitch is in the air. Center field. Right there is McLean. There, catch is made, and back to first base goes Pratt. Ortiz is the first out of the Brewers 6th. Now back to the top of the order. Let's see. Do you want to stick with George Foster?
I certainly do.
Seems like a move of self-preservation.
I like my face just the way it is.
It wasn't George. I was about to say it's a better answer if it's Joe Morgan. It is Joe Morgan. C. Fame second baseman, set a career high and led the National League, slugging .576 that night. Picked to first, runner back, during his second of consecutive seasons in 1976. Sorry, George. You've got us scared to pick anybody else when you're an option yourself. You're partly to blame. Here's the first pitch to Jackson Chourio. And he watches a breaking ball spin in for a strike. Count as 0-1.
See, I had it mixed up. The 76 year with the 77 year.
Yes.
For Foster. That's when he hit 52.
That was also the year he won the MVP. Swung on, fouled away. And I thought he only won one MVP. Oh,
he did.
Joe won 2.
He came in second behind Joe.
Right.
In 1976.
Correct. No balls, 2 strikes on Chourio. The 0-2 pitch, and he lifts this in the air. Center field. Here comes McLean on to make the catch in shallow right center. McLean puts it away, and now 2 men are out after the leadoff walk, and Antone is an out away from working around that leadoff walk. And Joe won MVP in 75 and 76, so. So here is Bryce Terang, and Terang watches a first pitch strike. 0-1 on Bryce Terang. George still slugged .530 that year in 76. Pitch, backdoor breaking ball, stays off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryce Terang. Runner on at first. There are 2 outs. 2-2 our score. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here in Milwaukee. Antone's 1-1. Long hold. Now he throws. And it's ripped toward left center. McLean on the run. Racing that way. Makes the catch. Boy, great break by Matt McLean. He's looked good out there in center field tonight. Inning over. Antone does work around the leadoff walk. We go to the 7th. Still.
Brandon Sproat left his last start with tightness in his hamstring, just a cramp. Should be all right. 2-2 to Stewart, and he just blew him away with 99. Second strikeout for Sproat. 1-2, a swing and a miss.
That's the sinker, bottom of the zone. Nasty stuff at 98 miles per hour.
2-2 to Arroyo. And he struck him out. He's gone 9 up and 9 down for the second straight start. Brandon Sproat on a roll here in Ohio. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Cutter on the outside corner. That's strikeout number 8 and a new career high for Brandon Sproat.
Virtually unhittable, really.
Check swing. Yes, he did. That's 10 Ks for Brandon Sproat. Blake Dunn went too far. Just keeps adding to that career high to Sproat.
This starting staff has just been on quite the run.
The first time in his career he's in to double digits in Ks.
I got these Topps 1994 baseball cards, Series 2. I collect them like everybody else did back in the 70s. Eventually threw them all away. We didn't save them, and I'm sure they're worth millions now. Let's see what I have here. Ken Griffey Jr., probably the best baseball player I've ever played with in my entire life. Oh man, Lou Whitaker, Bobby Bonilla, Bo Jackson, the best 2-sport player ever.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We're going to the 7th inning, all tied up here at American Family Field in Milwaukee. It is 2-2, Reds and Brewers. Second pitcher of the night is on for the Brewers. That is Aaron Ashby. Came in last inning, the left-hander did. Shane Drone, the left-hander from Boston, at least in that Boston Red Sox trade, ended up going 5 2/3, 6 innings of 2-run baseball, struck out 7, walked 1. And now Ivan Johnson, number 7 hitter for the Reds, steps in. Right-handed hitter. And a fastball misses by Ashby, ball 1. Ashby, 6'1", 200. He is from Kansas City. And the lefty wheels and deals a big old curveball right in there for a strike. He was developed as a starter, but he had shoulder problems, so bad actually that he had major shoulder surgery. You'd never know that now the way he's throwing the baseball. Right over the top, and that breaking ball misses. 2-1. You may have heard of Aaron Ashby's uncle, Andy Ashby, 2-time All-Star pitcher. 14-year Major League career. There's a slow roller down the third base line and a great play by Joey Ortiz. I mean, what's new with Ortiz? He is a magician out there defensively. And Johnson is the first out of the 7th inning.
Being a magician, you probably admire his work. You're a fan of magical arts.
Indeed.
There's a term for that, isn't there? The art of magic.
I'm not sure what they call it. That pitch is up and away.
Besides magic.
Matt McClain in there. We love magic shows. We see a lot of them on the road, and I know you do too.
Well,
and comedy clubs.
At least one. Comedy, there you go.
The 1-0 is a breaking ball. That's a good one. It's a strike and even count now to McClain.
Good.
Matt has not looked all that good at the plate here tonight. A strikeout and a fly ball to left field. And a fastball on the inside corner. Boy, Ashby just throwing it right underneath his elbows for a strike. This is the part of the bullpen that is just lights out for the Brewers. The 1-2 is a breaking ball. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. And that is out number 2, a strikeout. Matt McClain, his second of the night. Aaron Ashby has the kind of breaking ball that you don't see that often. I mean, he comes right over the top, and that curveball falls off the table. Goes straight down, kind of like a Chase Burns breaking ball. And Edwin Arroyo shortens up, pulls it back, and it's ball 1. The corners were charging hard. Ortiz now back in his normal spot at third base, and a breaking ball strike. And he bunts, and it'll pop up right over the home plate netting and go into the stand. So an even 2-ball, 2-strike count now for Edwin Arroyo. Actually, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Ashby pitching from the stretch and to the plate, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. The Reds go down in order in the 7th. The Brewers come to bat. It's a 2-2 ball game here in Milwaukee.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
For Paredes, can he get there? Made the basket, catch over his shoulder. How did he find it?
Puts down the ball. Newcomb, he's coming home. The glove flip in time. What a play by Sean Newcomb. He's on the move, and Moreno runs it down. A rolling grab by Gabriel. Moreno, and he hangs on. Back on the track. Marcy calling for it, and Marcy tumbles to make the catch.
It is Lyle.
And he makes a diving catch. Dalen Lyle continuing to impress out in left field this year.
Fielded across the bag by Arias. Throw across the body to get Rodriguez.
Picked on the backhand by Bogarts. He'll get up and throw him out. Nice play by Bogey.
Coming in, slides, and he makes the catch.
And Thomas makes the diving catch for the out. Nice play by Colby in left field.
Diving stop, throw to first. Oh, they got him. What a play! The X-Man.
Oh, man, that ball sounded good off the bat. That's drilled. Way gone! Whoa! My goodness! One of the farthest home runs we've seen at PNC Park. Wow. An absolute titanic blast. And he's homered in 3 straight games. Look at that.
It'll be the heart of the order here to face.
Dave Holtz now stands in. He gets fisted toward the Angel dugout. Got folks moving. Again, slapped that way. Same spot. Uh-oh. Gray with the 0-2 pitch. Same spot almost. Still 0-2.
Here's a splitter, and that ball is headed way out of here. Basayo with an absolute tank. The first extra base hit that Soriano has allowed on his splitter all year. It goes an estimated 4.
And they did. They scored a pair of runs off Andrew Abbott in the first inning. And then the Reds came right back. In the top of the second, scored 2. Leadoff single by Tyler Stevenson was followed by Noelvi Marte 2-run home run. We've stayed that way ever since. And the big roar you hear is the crowd reacting. It has gone final in San Francisco. Full time, as they like to say, in the world of football. 2-0. U.S. beats Bosnia-Herzegovina. Belgium, I think, is up next for the U.S. World Cup.
So they're in the round of 16 now.
Yes,
is that right?
Correct,
okay.
Yes. The Sweet 16, if you will.
Yeah.
But really, Chris, you look at this game, and it's kind of surprising that it's still tied 2-2.
I agree, because the Brewers had great opportunities in the second inning. They had great opportunity in the third inning. The Reds had an opportunity, in the 6th inning, and just squandered a golden opportunity to score a run. So Burke fires it in there to Contreras. Ball 1. A little breaking ball, a little bit high. Contreras, got to be worried about him. He's got 9 home runs and 51 driven in. And a fastball right down the inside corner. That's a strike. Can't even out. 1 ball, 1 strike to William Contreras. And Burke, the hard-throwing lefty, misses inside. Contreras, a little bit different batting stance, really. He's got a wide stance, very wide stance, and he holds the bat way above his head. I mean, it is way up there. And a check swing, he went on that, and it's 2-2. Burke is another one of those left-handers that throws pretty much right over the top. He's got a good downward breaking ball. The tall left-hander deals, and that one's fouled off right side down behind the Brewers dugout. A lot of American flags in the stands tonight. Made a great flag ceremony before the ball game tonight.
Bald Eagle in attendance tonight, too.
Boy, that Bald Eagle impressive. The 2-2 by Burke is swung on. That's going to be in play, and should be an easy play for Noelvi Marte. He started back, came in, and he puts it away first out of the inning in the 7th. Now Jake Bowers. Bowers has been kind of a pain in the red side here in this series. Picked up an RBI tonight on a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Left-handed hitter. And a fastball strike on the corner. Bowers was actually in the Reds organization a few years ago. He played about half the season in Louisville. He only batted in the 100s, and they traded him off to the Yankees. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. We remember seeing Bowers a lot in spring training. He was there with the Cleveland Indians back in the day, and we saw him a lot in those little games that the Reds would play with the Indians/Guardians every other week, it seemed like. And it pitches upstairs and out of the zone ball. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Jake Bowers. 15 home runs, 51 driven in, 270 batter. Having a very good year as this lefty. And off the plate, ball 2. Tell you what, Brock Burke getting it up there tonight. That last pitch was 98. And here he comes. Swung on. It's a ground ball up the middle to the first base side of first base. There's Ellie, and a powerful, quick throw to first base will get Bowers by a step. Boy, he was scooting it down the line. Mark it down as 6-3, but that was really one of those balls that are normally fielded by the second baseman, but the Reds are playing Bowers way around to pull.
Ellie's throwing arm bailing him out a little bit there. And Bowers, excellent speed down the line.
Boy, sneaky fast. And now Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn, fastball underneath his elbows, kind of held his hands up, and strike one called by the home plate umpire, Brock Ballou. And a breaking ball down and in. Now, one Brock throws the ball away, and the other Brock gets him a new baseball. Reds 2 runs on 6 hits. The Brewers 2 runs on 5 hits, but the Brewers have left 9 on base. Andrew Abbott walked 5 here in his 5 innings. And a pitch is off the corner. That's a ball. So it's 2 balls and a strike now to Andrew Vaughn. Terry Francona just trying to get through these last few innings, keep this game alive until his team can score a run. And that one's a slider down and in. It's 3-1. The 3-1 is right there, and it's taken by Vaughn, and it's 3-2 count. Reds have one more to play here in Milwaukee before they head back to Cincinnati for Friday. And the pitch by Brock is swung on. That's a line drive getting down. Here comes McLean diving, and he cannot get to it. That'll roll all the way to the center field wall, and a 2-out stand-up double for Andrew Vaughn. McLean gave it a pretty good opportunity to catch that ball, but it just got down just before he got there. And the backup over there, and Ivan Johnson picked it up and got it back into the infield.
That's the luxury you have as a center fielder. If you dive for a ball going side to side, the corner outfielders can come bail you out. Plus, Vaughn not the fleetest of foot. It is a double instead of a single.
So now the lefty Garrett Mitchell. And a fastball on the corner. That's a strike. You would have to figure that Brock Burke has the advantage in this particular matchup. Mitchell, though, likes to hit that ball the other way. And he swings it, does hit it the other way, and it's going to be a base hit. And that will score a run. As Vaughn comes around on a double left center field, Mitchell's going to stretch it to 3. The relay will not even be made, and it's a slide-in triple that brings a run in by Garrett Mitchell.
Well, he is killing the Reds tonight. His 4th hit of the game, 3 of the 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, now that triple.
Boy, you know, Mitchell almost telegraphs his intentions when he goes up to the plate. The way he holds his bat, the way he approaches everything, you know he's trying to hit the ball the other way. He ran right with it, and boy, he can burn on the bases. So now Gary Sanchez, a right-hander, steps in with a runner at third. 2 down in the inning, but now the Brewers lead at 3-2. Sanchez, very tight stance, feet close together. Check swing at the plate did not go, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to the Brewers catcher Sanchez. The Reds now have their infield playing way back, including Sal Stewart at third. So Garrett Mitchell at third, who's got great wheels, is going to be able to go about halfway down the line on every delivery. And a swing and a miss. Awkward swing by Sanchez, and it's advantage now Brock Burke, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mitchell with the lead at third, and a swing and a foul. That'll go right off the facing of the Reds dugout. Reds trying to control the damage done here in the 7th inning. Brewers scored 2 in the first. The Reds scored 2 in the second. It stayed that way until just a moment ago. And a fastball in off the plate. That's a ball. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Burke wants another baseball. Sanchez in, he taps the plate once. Very close together foot stance. I mean, almost standing on top of each other. And pitch goes all the way to the screen. Here comes the runner, Mitchell. Safe. Retrieved by Stevenson, flipped off to Burke, and they could not get the runner at home. And the Brewers have taken a 2-run lead.
Goes right back to what you were talking about with that big secondary lead that Mitchell was able to get. He's able to score easily because he's able to get that big secondary lead.
I mean, you just can't throw the ball to the backstop with the runner at third base. That went over the head of Tyler Stevenson. And that's ball 4. So the inning started out very innocently for Brock Burke. An easy fly ball, a nice play by the shortstop Ellie De La Cruz on a ground ball by Jake Bowers. There were 2 down. Now all of a sudden Andrew Vaughn hits a double, Garrett Mitchell hits a triple, and a wild pitch by Brock Burke makes it a 2-run ball game, and Terry Francona is out to make a Wolvers Mustard pitching change. We'll be back right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
As the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds, PNC knows that everyone...
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Do you mind clearing up what in the world a guy with 1 career big league hit is doing with a baseball card that looks like this?
Yeah, every player in the mid to late 80s wanted to dupe a photographer, right? The entire rest of the season, I was wondering what my card would look like next year if I was able to sneak it through. And I open it up and I see one with me with the eye black and the batting gloves.
And you celebrate.
I was like, yeah, I duped him.
2 up and 2 down. Here's Matt Olson. Olson swings and clubs one. High in the air to deep center field. Streaking way back to the wall and off the wall. That's a home run above the yellow line. Matt Olson gets us going with a homer to the deepest part of the yard. What a shot. Way up in the air to straightaway center, and it's 1-0 Braves.
That's got to feel good for Matt Olson getting that goose egg out of his home run column, and there was no question that one was leaving the yard. That was absolutely crushed.
And some damage done already. There'll be a runner at first base. That'll be Gary Sanchez, who walked. That would be the last batter that Brock Burke faced. And Sanchez goes to first base. And Cooper Pratt will step in, the right-handed hitter, to face the right-handed throwing Pierce Johnson. Johnson, 35 years old. Reds signed him to a 1-year deal. He is right now 2-1 with a .450 earned run average. And Pratt, the youngster, steps in and swings and fouls one back. Boy, it's got to be a somewhat of a dismal attitude in that Reds dugout right now. The way they have handed the Brewers a lead here in this inning. And a swing and a foul at the plate, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Reds had a great opportunity to score in the 6th inning, but they had a base running faux pas that cost them an out and certainly a run. I guess it actually was a bigger mistake than just a faux pas. No balls, 2 strikes. Pratt awaits, and here is the right-hander dealing and swung on. That's going to be a 2-hopper right to Arroyo at second. Fields throws out. But in the inning, the Brewers score 2. They take a 2-run lead. It is 4-2. Going into the 8th inning, back to Tommy with the play-by-play right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Pack your bags. It's time for a road twib. In a brand new segment, we're hitting the road, and our first stop is a big one. It's Yankee Stadium. Opened in 2009, Yankee Stadium's majestic presentation reflects the iconic look of the original stadium that once stood just across the street. Make your way over to Monument Park to see a collection of plaques and retired numbers that honor both Yankee legends and baseball greats. Over at the Yankees Museum, look back at over 100 years of team history. Time to grab a bite to eat. Maybe the classic chicken bucket or the ice cream chicken bucket. Whatever your appetite, they've got something for you. But the main event is always Yankees baseball, and there's not a bad seat in the house. Sit with the bleacher creatures in right field and join in on the famous roll call. Or take your place in the judges' chambers. Action and history are at every turn, and all fans will find something to appreciate at the home of the Bronx Bombers.
And that one's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the... Whoa! He makes the catch! What an amazing catch by Nimmo to finish this one off.
Home run, Junior Cabanero.
He's now homered in 4 straight games.
The home runs just keep on coming.
Cannonball coming. 2-homer game. Oh, Hearn, oh, baby. Whoa! My goodness! One of the farthest home runs we've seen at PNC Park. Ewing back, track, whoa, gone, number 30.
He's the first to 30 home runs this year, and he's the fastest Philly to 30 home runs of this season.
Boy, was that clutch, man.
That was clutch.
His longest no-hit bid of his illustrious major league career.
And Sonny was... It is 4-2 in favor of the Brewers as we play in the top of the 8th inning. Left-hander Ashby goes to work. First pitch to Ellie De La Cruz is in there for a strike call. 0-1 on Ellie. Ellie 1 for 3 tonight. Couple of strikeouts. He singled in the 5th. The 0-1. Ashby misses off the inside corner. Catcher wants to challenge.
Pitcher's called a ball. Catcher's down.
So let's find out. Was it in fact inside, or did it hit the corner? It was in.
It's confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
Brewers still have 1 left. Reds are out of challenges as we play in the 8th inning. Down 2, the Reds. 1 ball, 1 strike. The lefty throws. Ellie swings and fouls it over by Sal Stewart, waiting on deck. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern makes donations, support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. A ball and 2 strikes on Ellie. Abner Uribe starts to throw now in the Brewer bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. The 1-2. Ellie lays off the curveball in the dirt. 2-2 on De La Cruz. Again, breezy outside. 2-2. Ellie hits it sharply and stings one back past the shortstop into left center field. He's aboard with a leadoff single here in the 8th inning. Changes I mentioned defensively for the Brewers. They've made a couple. Jake Bowers has moved from right field to first base, and taking over in right field, Blake Perkins. And Chris Hook on his way to the mound. I think that'll be it for Ashby. It is. Pitching change made in the 8th. Runner on at first with nobody out. Reds are down 2. 4-2 Brewers on the Reds Radio Network.
This is the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley. We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
6'3", 200-pounder. He is. Here tonight.
He will get Sal Stewart. Sal representing the tying run right now for the Reds. Runner on at first base. Nobody out. Uribe has the sign readies. And now time called by Sal Stewart right about the time Uribe was about to pitch. So Sal, maybe a little gamesmanship there. Now Uribe is ready. And he throws, and it's a first pitch strike. 0-1 on Stewart. Uribe from the belt. Ellie leading off first. The 0-1. And it is scorched, but on one hop of the second baseman. The flip to the shortstop. Pratt the first in-time double play. Turang to Pratt to Bowers. And he races the leadoff single. Sal smoked it. But for a moment, it might be hit hard enough to get by Turang, but not much does. The Brewers make the plays they're supposed to make. They made that one.
Well, it was right at him, but I mean, I'm not so sure that Sal could have hit it any harder.
No. 109, so that's pretty good. Steer at the plate. Nobody on, 2 out. Reds are down by a pair here in the 8th inning. Uribe's pitch is in there for a strike call, and it is 0-1 on Spencer Steer. Steer's been on twice, a single and a walk for Spencer Steer. The 0-1 pitch. Down too low, and the count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Base is empty with 2 away. Uribe, the hard-throwing right-hander from the belt. Kicks and delivers. Steer hits it on the ground to short. It'll be handled by Pratt. His play to first is in time. The out is recorded, and the Reds are done. Unable to cash in a leadoff single in the 8th. We go.
Right-hander Justin Sterner is the new pitcher for the Athletics as he's facing Victor Barracoto.
Barracoto to center field and deep. It is gone. He's done it again.
My goodness.
And another towering home run. 445 for the second day in a row. The man is inspired. 6-2 Giants.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
The final out of the Brewers' 7th inning. 4-2 Milwaukee has the lead as the Brewers bat in the 8th inning. It'll be Joey Ortiz, Jackson Chourio, and Bryce Turang. And if anybody gets on, William Contreras. And Trevor McGill is getting ready for the Brewers for the 9th. And he has been one tough customer to solve. First pitch, in for strike. 0-1 the count on Joey Ortiz. Emilio Pagan is getting loose now in the Reds bullpen. Activated from the injured list yesterday. The 0-1 to Joey Ortiz. Too far outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter Green will make the start on Saturday. Reds return home after this series wraps up tomorrow afternoon, and then kicking off a weekend series Friday against the Orioles. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good curveball down and in. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Ortiz. Johnson to the plate with the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They ask at first. No. Dan Merzel says no swing. There's a lot that stings about this one tonight. The fact that the Brewers scored their 2 runs in the 7th inning after the first 2 men in the inning were retired. Part of it. Here's the 2-2 to Ortiz. Ground ball to first. Backhand pickup by Steer. He'll give it up to the pitcher Johnson in plenty of time to get the out. There's one gone here in the 8th. But that's just part of the story. Kind of got to tip your cap to Vaughn and Mitchell, though. It was good hitting. Vaughn getting that ball that skipped by the diving Matt McLean in center field. And it was followed by the triple. Then the wild pitch. The wild pitch with 2 outs certainly stings with the runner at third base. Now Stevenson out, visiting Pierce Johnson. So you factor that in, and then you go back to the Reds' opportunity in the 6th inning. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. A walk and a double started that inning. And then on a slow roller by the mound, the shortstop got the out at first, and then the Reds had their runner at third, Spencer Steer, trapped between third and home. He was reading the play and wasn't going on contact. Suarez broke immediately on contact, and then that forced Steer into a tough spot. It was going to be a double play one way or another, and the Reds were going to be left with a runner at third. Steer was the odd man out. And the run down between home and third. 1 ball, no strikes on Chourio. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike on Chourio. Chourio's walked twice, scored once. He's also popped out, flied to center. One ball, 1 strike on Jackson Chourio. Bases empty, 1 out. Here's Johnson's 1-1. Fouled off to the right side. Looking ahead to the Reds in the 9th. Suarez, Stevenson, and Noelvi Marte. High set by Johnson. Now the 1-2 pitch to Chourio. Swing. There's a soft chopper up the third base line. Johnson bare hand spins, throws it away down the right field line. Here comes the right fielder Marte to pick it up, but Chourio's going to end up at second. It'll be a single and an E1. Second error by a Reds pitcher tonight.
You know, it is so tempting for a pitcher to field that ball and think you're going to make a hero play, but 9 out of 10 times when you got to go as far as Pierce Johnson had to towards third base to field it, the best thing to do is stick it in your back pocket. Now you've got no chance for double play. You've got a runner at second base, and the Brewers threatening to add on to a 2-run lead.
Bryce Terang at the plate. And a 2-run lead is a lot when you've got McGill getting ready to come into this game. Swung on and fouled back. 0-1 on Bryce Terang. Johnson with a high set. Glances back at second. Now the 0-1. And he spins a breaking ball off the outside corner. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. McGill loosening for Milwaukee. Emilio Pagan getting ready for the Reds. Johnson's home with a 1-1. And this ball's in the air, left center field toward the gap. On the run, McLean, he'll run it down. He makes the catch, throws in behind the runner at second base, Chourio, but he gets back ahead of McLean's throw.
You know, McLean looks really good in center field, but I got to say, even give more accolades to the Reds defensive coaches, because they had him playing way around in left center field. I mean, center field was wide open, and he was right there where that ball was hit.
Perfectly placed, got a good read, ran it down. So Terry Francona's back to the mound. That's going to be it for Pierce Johnson. He will exit. Terry Francona kind of out there talking with Pierce Johnson a little bit before he leaves the mound. So pitching change made in the 8th. With the runner at second base and 2 outs. Reds are down by 2. 4-2 Milwaukee on the Reds Radio Network.
Celebrate this 4th of July with fireworks, fastballs, and the mouth-watering flavor of Conn's hot dogs. As the official hot dog of your Cincinnati Reds, Conn's hot dogs have been a Cincy staple for more than a century. With an unbeatable lineup of juicy franks, Conn's delivers a taste you crave for a celebration you won't forget. So, whether you're enjoying your Conn's near the diamond or under the fireworks, celebrate the Reds, white and blue, with your favorite Conn's hot dogs.
Tree on your roof? Fire damage or flooded basement? Water and storm damage happens fast this time of year. For over 43 years, Hayes & Sons has been restoring water damage in Ohio and Kentucky homes and businesses. They'll help you navigate your insurance claim and get your life back on track. So, when property damage strikes, tell your insurance agent you want Hayes & Sons for your restoration work. For more information, please visit HayesandSons.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Well, a Wolver's mustard pitching change and a very special one for this young man who's been out for a while. Emilio Pagan comes in the ball game. Right-hander that was a closer that blew his hamstring out way back in May. And he will get into action for the very first time.
I got that mosquito. You gonna be okay over there?
Maybe you need one of those salt guns.
Yeah, that'd be good. Do they work on mosquitoes, or is that just for flies?
I don't know. Gotta be a pretty good shot to get a mosquito in the air. Don't shoot him my way.
Then you got salt everywhere. Here's William Contreras, runner at second, 2 out. Hurt my thumb, though. Pagan ready. Brings it home. The pitch is in the dirt. Breaking ball down. 1 ball and no strikes on William Contreras. 4-2 Milwaukee in the bottom of the 8th inning. I would imagine that Terry Francona is kind of hoping that Pagan just comes in and gets a batter. Gives him a little bit of work. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's bread and butter for Pagan. That sets up that splitter that he throws that can be really, really good when he's getting it right.
Contreras is 1 for 4. Singled back in the second. He throws. Hit him. Came up and in with a fastball at 97 and drilled him on the left arm. Well, he's going to have to face at least 2 batters. Contreras will head down to first.
Contreras didn't even flinch. I mean, I know he's got a little arm protector on there, but that got him right in the back of the arm. And, I mean, he didn't flinch. He didn't try to rub it. Didn't look twice at Pagan.
It did get him on the arm guard, though. Glancing blow. Here's Jake Bowers. Left-handed hitter up there. Pagan from the belt. Here's the pitch to Bowers. Strike called. Cutter over the outside corner. It's 0-1.
I don't think you really want to start a beanball war with Mizoraki on the mound. Mizorako on the mound tomorrow.
Mizorowski.
There
he is. Not to be confused.
I'll get it right by tomorrow.
Devin Mizorako. Kind of combined the two there. The 0-1. Up too high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jake Bowers. Two on, 2 out. Pagan's 1-1. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. I can just see you in your hotel room tonight when we get back. Zarowski. Zarowski.
I was looking for the girl that had his jersey on earlier. I think she left.
They're not hard to find here. The 1-2. Way high and outside. That fella down there's got one. They like jerseys in this part of the country.
They do.
A lot of folks wearing jerseys. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Churio's a good one. I like the Euchre jerseys too. 2-2 pitch. Pagan to Bowers. Swing and a miss. Got him actually with that split down and in.
Well done.
Bowers strikes out. Pagan faces 2. A hit batsman and a strikeout. Now
Jammed and a little pop-up. Everybody's coming, but the pitcher wants it. Now he's going to give way.
What is he doing?
It's going to be dropped.
Keystone Cops on the infield for the Rockies.
Isbell's got a beat on him. Battling the sun. He bobbles and recovers. That's a highlight tape and a heck of a catch.
That went straight lawn dart. It's in the ground. On guard. That's it.
See, he comes off that stool down there and makes a nice catch. A hot line drive.
And Vladdy's applauding.
3-2 pitch. Gonzalez lines it under the glove of Bobby Witt Jr. and the White Sox will walk it off. 7th walk-off of the season.
Foster Griffin, 7 shutout innings, an unearned run and 3 hits allowed. He struck out 9 for the 3rd time this year, matching a season high.
A 3-run go-ahead homer!
Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable.
Long gone off of the bat of Kyle Tucker. A majestic blast for Dalton Rushing. 3 straight games with a bomb for Betts. 9 in the 6th, 10 for the night.
That is insane. 3 home runs for Hunter Goodman. He is all smiles, and the Rockies take a commanding lead.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams. And
Well, a new pitcher on the mound for the Reds, and you never want to see this guy in the ball game. That means the Brewers are winning, and you're late in the game, and it's a save opportunity. And all those things have come together here for Trevor McGill. 6'8", 32-year-old. Talk about a guy that uses a downward plane. He throws about 99 to 100 miles an hour. But the odd thing about the way he goes about his business is that his curveball usage is among the highest in all of baseball. So he can throw the heater by you, but he'd rather get you out with the curveball.
They will get Eugenio Suarez leading off the Reds' 9th inning. Nobody has more electrified vehicles than Toyota, including a new lineup of battery electric vehicles, a longer range BZ, an all-new BZ Woodland SUV, and a powerfully quick CHR crossover. Find out more at Toyota.com. Plus, stick around after the game. It'll have the Toyota Tundra star of the game. First pitch to Eugenio Suarez is up and away. That's ball 1 to Suarez. Brewers are up 4-2. We're in the 9th. McGill gets the sign. Readies. Here he comes. And Suarez skies one high into the dark Milwaukee sky. Garrett Mitchell waiting on it. Left center makes the catch. 1 down. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is presented by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. With 1 out, Tyler Stevenson. Another hit for Stevenson tonight. Pitch to him, swung on, and that's fouled back. Came in hitting .345 in his last 9 games. He's been swinging it well. 1 for 3 tonight, but did hit into a double play on that soft roller. It was Stevenson that hit that little roller by the pitcher that created the chaos in the 6th and led to a double play. Swing and a miss. Slow curveball, and Stevenson was way out in front. He's down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. McGill wants a fresh baseball, gets a new pearl. Almost like he was skipping rocks. Skipped the other one off to the side. 0-2. McGill's 0-2 pitch. And Stevenson drives this deep toward the right center field gap, slicing away from the center fielder Mitchell. That's going to one-hop the wall, and Stevenson's going to go cruising into second with a stand-up double. His second hit tonight. That is his 10th double of the year. Now, the guy that gave the Reds their only 2 runs tonight, Noelvi Marte, coming up. He delivered the 2-run home run back in the second. That's been it for the Reds tonight. Maybe a little deja vu here.
Would love to see it.
Right-hander sets, and first pitch on the way to Marte. Swinging a chop foul off his foot toward third.
Yeah, first pitch breaking ball. Did not want to take a chance of throwing a get-ahead fastball to Marte. Marte can hit the heat. He got that one right off his ankle.
0-1 the count on Marte. Runner at second base with 1 man out. Marte eases, well, he's still not easing back into the box. Started to, then bent down, rubbed on that ankle again. Now he's back into the box and drops the bat head across the plate. 0-1. Here it comes. Marte hits a soft roller right to the first baseman, Bowers. He will give it up to McGill at the bag. 2 away. Reds are down to their final out. Stevenson is up 90 feet to third. Now, J.J. Bleday will hit for Ivan Johnson. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. J.J. Bleday pinch hitting here for Ivan Johnson. Runner at third with 2 outs. 4-2 Brewers. Catcher Gary Sanchez went out to have a quick word with McGill about how they want to attack J.J. Bleday. Bleday with a chance to tie it. Right-hander comes set. Now the pitch, and Bleday takes a look at a first pitch strike. 0-1. The 0-1. Bleday checks his swing on a breaking ball over the outside corner, but it's a strike. 0-2 now on J.J. Bleday. Better than 30,000 in here tonight at American Family Field with the roof open. 0-2 on Bleday. And McGill brings it home. And Bleday takes just a little bit low on a fastball down, 99.
Well, he's making a real effort to stay away from Bleday right here. If J.J. is going to hit him, he's going to have to go the other way. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high pass ball that time. That's all. Reds fall 4-2 to the Brewers. Milwaukee wins it. They have claimed the series. And the Brewers have now won 7 straight matchups with the Reds. Again, final score 4-2. Brewers beat the Reds tonight in Milwaukee, and we're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, ACM and CMA award-winning artist